Alex jolted awake from a nightmare, her heart pounding in her chest. She sat up, wiping the cold sweat from her brow, trying to shake off the lingering terror. As her eyes adjusted to the darkness of her room, she noticed a small figure sitting at the foot of her bed. "Who are you?" she whispered, her voice trembling with fear. The boy looked up at her, his pale face lit by the faint glow of the moonlight streaming through the window. "I'm your brother, Tommy," he replied, his voice calm and cold. Alex's heart pounding against her chest. She never had a brother. Her mind raced with confusion, and she wondered if she was still caught in the clutches of her nightmare. "You can't be my brother. I don't have a brother," Alex insisted, her voice shaking. The boy's eyes seemed to darken, and a disturbing smile crept across his face. "Oh, but I am. I've been watching you, Alex. Watching and waiting for so long," he said. Alex scrambled backward, pressing herself against the headboard. The boy sat still, unmoved by the commotion. Alex took the moment to really look at her intruder, a boy who called himself her brother. He was wearing tattered blue overalls over a shirt so dirty it was impossible to tell the real color. "Sister," he whispered, "don't be afraid." She wanted to call out to her parents, but her voice caught in her throat, paralyzed by fear. Tommy slowly crawled across the bed. "You see, sister, our parents didn't want me, so they left me all alone." Alex had no more room to back away. "I only wanted to see what made them move," he continued. "The birds and the squirrels and the dogs. Do you know what makes them move?" he asked. Alex shook her head slowly. I don't want to know," she whispered. "The red," he shouted. "The red makes them move." Alex's heart pounded in her chest as she stared into the widened eyes of the boy. He kept getting closer as his smile stretched across his face. She managed to choke out a single sentence. "Please don't hurt me." Tommy grinned, revealing a row of small yellow teeth. "Oh, I don't want to hurt you," he said. "Let's go see our parents. They'll get this all sorted out for us," he continued as he gestured for her to stand. Tommy gently led her forward through the dark hallway, one hand on her shoulder. From the corner of her eye, Alex could see the long, filthy fingernails pressing down on her. "I want you to tell them you have a surprise for them," he whispered into her ear. "Tell them you found something precious they lost." Tears streamed down her face, and quiet sobs shook her body. She opened the door. Her parents were fast asleep. "Mommy, Daddy, I have a surprise for you," she said. "What is it, honey?" her mother replied, still half asleep. Alex hesitated, and something sharp poked her in the back. "Say it," whispered Tommy. "I found something precious that you lost," Alex replied with a choking sob. Her parents sat up, their eyes growing wide with fear as they began to understand the situation. "Tommy, you came back," their mother said, forcing a nervous smile. "You left me," Tommy whispered as Alex felt something cold and sharp press against her neck. "You left me to die," he said louder. Their father reached forward and stopped. "Son, please don't hurt her. We're sorry. Tommy didn't react. He could feel his sister shaking in his grasp, and his smile grew wider. "Do you know what makes her move?" he asked through his grin. "Tommy, please," begged her mother. He looked at this poor, pitiful mother right in her eyes. "I make her move." Their parents lunged forward as the red spilled on the floor.